next.
Maybe that's why it's so wide, because it was originally...
It's a towpath.
Yeah. There's the old canal.
Yep, right there, there's an old stretch.
Yep. There might be another lock
There's
right
another lock.
Yep.
They made a parking area out of it.
I was reading about it. They said there's 107 locks across its length.
It's actually pretty amazing when you think about the time, energy, and effort they put into
There's another block
that they put into building those things, right? Like,
yeah.
So there's the dam. So I think we're going below the dam. That's the.
So in this episode, we're doing a float trip down the Black River and talking about the Black River Canal, which is the Erie Canal's northern extension, a portion of which you can see right here in ruined state. But the Black River Canal was designed to bring water into the Erie Canal, but also to provide an opportunity to get lumber and other resources out of the western Adirondacks and to market towns. Booneville, pictured here, being the center of the Black River Canal and benefiting greatly from it, as its 109 locks got water from the Mohawk over the Tug Hill Plateau and down to Carthage. There were a variety of craft that plied the waters of the canal, which was built with back-breaking toil, shovels, horses, blood, sweat, and tears. Black River access. Where are we, Pete? Glenfield, New York. The headwaters, well, not quite, of the Black River Canal. Rivers are amazing. That's an old plow, carriage, something. It's all the undercarriage of something right there. All rusted out. You never know what you're going to find on a river. That's what's cool about them. People have used them as dumps forever. And that's native people too. That's just not the English and their descendants. It's also the native people. So when you're at a river, you can find, especially because the river's cutting into the ground, you know. There's an old pitcher behind me, metal pitcher. You can see it over here. This whole muddy area here was clearly used as a dump. And you see that blue tin pitcher right there? There are people that would really enjoy just digging around on the bank of this river. You can see there's just piles of stuff that people have been throwing down in for years. And yeah, sometimes it's trashy, but there's always treasure in trash. When you work to the river's flowing the way we're paddling. So as I move to my right side here, because the river's bending to the right, that means the deep water is on the left side and the shallow water is on the right side, where Pete is. So there'll be a sandbar in front of us where you see Pete. Beautiful. So this is new water to all of us. We've never fished this before. We're trying to float. And not only is it new water, but it's a river. So when you're fishing a river, you're dealing with, you don't know where the structure is, you don't know where the weeds are, but you do know there's something going on here, and it's called current. So the idea is you'll be able to see the footprint of structure on the surface, knowing that you've got a slight current in this river. Maybe where we are, it's running at about 2 miles an hour, if that. And you can see the current leaving a footprint on the surface, and then there's visible structure. I don't think this river gets a ton of fishing pressure. What do you think, Pete?
No, I never see anybody.
Yeah, so what we are looking at is kind of a untapped resource, maybe. I mean, Hank got a largemouth already. and the smallmouth. The thing I always pay attention to on the river too is like the change in the bottom. So it's muddy, 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 and then all of a sudden you have a bunch of pebbles right here. Baseball-sized pebbles, and sometimes that change in bottom structure will signal that there's somebody there. Because it provides an edge. They always like an edge. Fish, like deer, deer you see on the edge of fields. Well, fish are like on the edge. Oh no, a spinnerbait. He was where he should have been. Feels like a smallmouth, but it hasn't jumped. Oh yes. Yeah, he was right where he should have been. This is a deep bank and there was a log there. Oh yeah, river smallmouth. That's a fighter. Oh yeah. I can't believe he didn't jump. I'm bummed. Oh, he's not a bad fish. Definitely on his bed. He's all concave in the belly. I'm going to toss him back right away so he goes back to his bed. That's a smallmouth that's jumping over. Right where he should have been, like right on the edge of the riffle. So with the water pulling here, there's going to be fish that are on the upside of the current, like they're on the upside of a rip in the ocean, because there's stuff getting dragged right into their mouths, and they're lazy, and they just want to eat. And one of the things I learned long ago, Pete, was big fish eat little fish. Yeah, he jumped 3 times. I figured that was definitely a smallmouth. Yeah, he jumped 3 times. It was a real cool looking. Even from where I was, I could see him coming up. Uh-oh. These rapids are coming quick. I'm going to go bow in. Be careful. There should be. Very shallow right here, though. Bridge here. Well, this river's had some serious floods in the last 50 years. A couple recent. Here on the Black River, you have the ruins right here of the canal locks, a series of locks. And look at, there's a lock right there where the canal merged with the river for a time. So this is really neat. And you got that New York St. Lawrence Valley limestone that they've cut. Beautiful. And you can see the old lock right here. Very cool. And there's a log hanging over there too. You can see why there'd be a fish in there.
He didn't come back. But he's there.
Beautiful. Look at that lock. And there you can see it right there. There's the old canal merged with the river right here. Wow, very neat. I'd like to get out and check it out, but I'm about to go up on the bank here and be killed. Oh, nice pike. Nah, just a smallmouth. I wanted to get your attention. You weren't paying attention. Damn it, Pete. Well, not a bad one. Peter, I had a fish on. You're supposed to pay attention. He's on the boat. Oh, this is a feisty smallmouth right here. Oh, yes. Grubfish. Very versatile, like the spinnerbait. Little smallmouth.
This is the perfect spot. You fish it just like a spinnerbait. You cast it out, you just reel it in. Every once in a while, stop it. Rubber grub. 5-inch Yamamoto grub with a 1/4 ounce jig head. It's like using a rubber worm, but in a river it really works. I've always had great luck in the rivers with grubs. Yeah, with the grub, you're just basically cutting the water, making it look like a minnow. There's another one. On the grub. 2 in a row. 2 casts, Pete. Didn't even get a chance to turn the camera off. Another feisty smallmouth. Hooked in the same place. Oh, yeah. Yes. It's just the time to take a look at something really pretty. Look at the way those roots come out. I got me somebody. Ooh, a fighter. Oh, off at the boat. What? That one did just what yours do. I literally landed that on shore. And I burned it off the shore, and he hit it. Yeah. However,
A ton of snow melt, so that didn't.
Yeah. I don't feel like it's a bad height though. It's like you got a good amount of water in here.
You know what the other thing is, in low water, you concentrate the fish too.
Yeah.
That Housatonic River is a third the size of this, and it's just loaded with fish.
Yeah.
And it's loaded with pollutants too. This thing has no factories on it that I know of.
These farms are terrible.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, that's true. They phosphates.
Everybody's dumping shitloads of cow shit, chicken shit,
Well,
fertilizer.
The
Yeah.
farm had a blowout of their manure pool, so it killed like a bunch of choke, like they were washing up.
Oh, that's awful.
Like downstream, they were all collecting at like
It was
dams
the
and stuff.
largest fine ever handed out by the state of New York.
Really?
They fined them like millions of dollars.
Meanwhile, like a local city like Rochester could dump all their sewage because of a high rain into like,
Yeah, Albany does the same thing.
right, like Springfield just had a, 200,000 gallon spill and then retracted it. They said, no, it didn't happen. Although,
No, we were wrong.
yeah, we were wrong. Like anybody believes you, Springfield. Grub hub. Oh, and he get off at the boat, boy.
Wrong night of the
Oh, yeah, I saw the stream spilling in there. He's having all kinds of luck over there, boy. I do declare. I got me one.
I'm going on top.
Oh, he's a smallmouth, nice looking one. Solid fish, yeah.
Flat, huh?
Yeah. Big one. Big one. Well, not big, not huge, but a nice fish. He fell for the grub.
You gulped it. You come in and try and I'll get you a picture. Oh, that's a good fish.
Oh, he's a nice size fish, smallmouth.
Definitely tasting bait around in there, huh?
Yeah. Oh, dummy. Come over here, boy. We're going to let you go.
Is that your first day with fishing?
I never seen one of these. What is this? A nice one.
Yeah. Ooh, hungry. So it's funny, he's out in this flat where there's nothing going on, but we've seen that 2 or 3 times.
Yeah.
With a fish out in this flat chasing bait.
Just going crazy. There's that bubble-like line there, like as if to say there's maybe some other kind of fish is spawning. It's just mud. There's nothing here. We're on like a mud flat.
He gets on a fish and he starts chasing it across out of some hole, right? And you just keep working it across, you know. I mean,
Yeah.
you don't know.
And he might have ate it, and then he just got greedy and went for the grub.
Or he missed it, and then he turned around and was like, "Ooh, what's that?"
Oh, he's fighting. Oh, he one of them bruiser bronze backs. Yeah, they're stacked up in these folders like I thought they'd be. Another one. This one's a better fish. Oh, he's not that much better, but he'd be a fish. It's like I just was walking that grub down the bank. Another one, decent size. I put on a different color grub too. I went with the brown rather than the white. They seem to be hitting the brown a little bit harder or holding on to it. Very much. I don't usually use brown grubs, I got to admit it. I use chartreuse, gold, and white typically. But the brown looks like a crayfish. It's been said. Pete, work that area good. That was a big fish. I got it on film too. No, not a huge one, but he come in. He hit a burned grub. I cast that grub out and started reeling it like a crazy man, and he came roaring out and hit it. Not a big guy, but fun. Gonna go back in there. Keep him off of those wood structure. Oh, that's a nice fish on the spinnerbait, Pete. Beautiful. Oh, he's a beauty. He's a beauty.
Dude, I fucking was trying to keep... He was sucking me under, bro. Oh, yeah. You got footage?
Oh, yeah. We're rolling. That's why I'm here.
Can't get him with my...
Yes!
Ooh,
Solid river smallmouth, Pete. Nice. I'm only going to have to beep it once. You can see him spawned out, too. Look at his belly. If that was a month ago, that's probably 2.5, 3.
He's 18.
Okay, so imagine that fish's belly.
Nice.
You know, you can see how it's a concave belly. See?
Yeah.
Spawn definitely was guarding its bed, or it's a female and she spawned out, one or the other.
Dude, that thing was like...
He crushed it, I bet.
Yeah, totally. And I freaking was like trying to like... Well, you probably saw
I
it.
saw it. It was good stuff. Good footage, Pete.
All right,
Look who's joining the party. He just followed a second time, so this guy's hot. Come on, go back up and come across. This is a hot fish. I don't think he really hit it. You know, he kind of he came out like he was gonna. I saw the big wake come out. There he, oh, he missed it. the pike have got that, they're more like brownish copper colored sometimes. And they don't have the chain markings. Oh, look at that. But stay patient. Whoop. Oh, whoop. Oh, yeah. And go right back in. I wanted to get a little farther in there, yeah. Spinnerbait. Making commotion is good. As I said, I've seen some bait fish getting chased, and they're looking just like that. They're splashing randomly on the surface. Nice smallmouth. Not huge, but you know, he's a good one. He's about a pound. No, maybe not. He's a river fish, so he's fighting like there's no tomorrow. He's a good, decent size. And he goes right back in. There's a pretty good chance that these smallmouths are guarding their nests. So you want to get them in quick when you catch them. Thanks, son. Oh, no, it's not small, though. Oh, nice jump.
Oh, he's under the boat.
It's a razzmatazz smallmouth.
Good fighter. That's a good fish.
Yeah, he's about 2. I would say a pound and a half, 2.
They fight, especially in this cold, oxygenated water.
Mm-hmm. River smallmouth.
Every time I
He's
get him,
killing you, boy.
oh, he wants to jump. He's like, yo, yo, yo. He almost jumped in the boat. Hell yeah.
Yeah, show the camera, boy.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we call a river fish.
Black river smallmouth. And what a view you get of it here. You can see the double line and how it's been filled in over the years by simple erosion. You can see how originally there were planks. So I guess it works like a crib to straighten the channel, keep the river deep for the canal. And so here you can see this, whatever it was, a raised towpath, a channel straightener, I have no idea. We had a better look at how it was constructed back there, but you can see it's going straight across the river from where I just was to the opposite bank. And I honestly can't. A raised towpath? I can't see it going across the river completely. And that's what this is doing. But when it was completed, what was it? What was this doing? Was this the canal itself passing in an elevated way? They had to get it up in the air. So what do you call it? Well, that would be called an aqueduct. Is that what that was? From lock to lock. They kept it above, because I'm over it still, and we're almost across the river right now. I'm not fishing. I'm too busy surveying. And by the way, it provides some nice structure. If you were fishing this river and you wanted to focus on this wood structure, you certainly could. We have a dam that once held back the Black River here, obviously went right across, and the lock is on the left. Very nice view of the lock system, now gone. So I thought about shooting the rapids. I did not. Here's one of those locking systems right here. The remains still channeling a lot of water. And that water's moving. So I gotta be careful, as they say, as I negotiate the locking system. Very cool. It's going to be a little bit of a bump. Looks like there's one current wave out front. As long as you keep yourself squared away and maintain your... Oh, there's a log there. Oh, I see. A log. Okay. Oh, that was wonderful. That was a surprise. Surprise, surprise, we've got a log. So I'm going through the old Black River Canal. Pretty neat. And here's the second part of the lock. This is where they shut the gate. Raise the level of the lock and allow vessels coming from this direction to get over and into the next lock pool. Very neat. Look at that old St. Lawrence Valley limestone right there. It's the beetle spin.
Caught one on the Rapala before. It jumped right out of the water. Hey, you're getting me all wet. Simmer it up. Beep. I didn't realize you were on camera.
Whenever I'm close enough and somebody gets a fish, the camera's on. Beep. Pete. Nice fish.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Oh, what do we got here? Oh, it popped out. That's a good fish. What a nice smallmouth that gave me one heck of a fight. He jumped right up and, oh yeah, nice guy. Wow.
And as often happens in a river float, what looks like it'll take a few hours on a map took a little bit more. And we were on the river for about 8 hours. The worst part of it was we could smell a barbecue joint with about a quarter of the trip left. But we survived. Caught a lot of fish along the way. And of course we got to blame Pete for both the positives and the negatives of the trip. And aside from a sore back, there were a lot more positives. Lots of fish were landing.